Okay. Alright, I'm hoping the lighting is decent. It's rather dark in here at the moment, I believe. Anyway, I'll wait for some folks to start joining here.
You are now live. 0 watching. Button.
We've got
0 watching.
I've got 0 people. I don't know if there's a bad connection or if no one actually wants to.
1 watching. Luke Ramstetter joined.
Okay, we're getting some people. It's kind of slow tonight. We'll wait for some more folks to get on and we'll get started. Hopefully.
1 watching. Button.
Okay. Again, feel free, folks who are on, to like this, share this, invite people. We need the numbers. We need to get the numbers up higher than they are. It's been going down over the past several weeks, and I haven't gotten any questions for the last 2 weeks. And like I said, the numbers are getting really tiny, so it's kind of hard for a person a new Periscoper really to get a lot of viewers anymore because everyone's watching only the people they follow as opposed to seeing the whole global list. So anyway, that's a little bit of a disadvantage to folks like myself. I've only got one person. All right, well, one person at least is someone. Anyway, my name is Misty Dawn. I am indeed legally blind, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have about blindness or visual impairment. Anything you've ever wanted to know. Feel free to put it in the comments down there. I have a screen reading software that will read your questions to me when you put them in the comments. And so you don't have to worry about me seeing them or whatever. So anyway, any questions that anyone might have, I'll keep monitoring the people coming in. Okay, we got more folks coming in. Please share this. Please heart this. And follow me and like it and put it on your social media. We definitely need to keep the numbers up. If you ever have had any questions about blindness, as I say, my name is Misty. I am legally blind myself. I am very well connected to the blind community, and of course, having had personal experience, I kind of know what's going on there. Who is blind? That would be me. I have some vision, as you can probably tell by the glasses, but it's very, very limited. It's probably hard for someone to believe that a blind person can periscope, right? And that I'm her. But like I said, I do have some vision, and I compensate for what I don't have by using screen reading software on my iPhone. And so there you have it. And I come here every week at 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays for half an hour. And I answer your questions about blindness and vision impairment. This month is Meet a Blind Person Month. It's also National Disability Employment Awareness Month. So this month it takes on a special significance for me, although I've been doing this for a couple of months now. And also, by the way, I archive these on YouTube. And so just go to my YouTube channel. I'm at the same username there as I am here, so just look that up. And you can see past Periscope sessions. Like I said, I've been doing this for a couple of months. If you go there and you look under the questions about blindness, the Periscope sessions, you can find archived videos there. If you ever had any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to ask them. And like I said, share this, heart this, like this, get it out there. We need to get as much promotion as we can because the last couple of weeks I had no questions. Now, weeks before that I had at least 1 or 2 or 3, which is great. Especially for small broadcasts like this, but we need to get more people, and we need to get more questions each week, or else, I'm going to have to stop doing this. Because it's just not worth my time if I don't have questions, and, it's all up to you guys. You guys make the show. You guys have the questions, and you guys make the show. So, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to put them in the comments down there, and I will have screen reading software that will read those questions aloud, and I'll do my best to answer them. So we have 5 people. Any of you 5 have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to put them in the comments down there. As I say, I am legally blind, and I'm well connected to the blind community. And I have had a lot of experiences. I was born legally blind, so I've had a lot of experiences throughout my 30-some years of being a blind person. So, a lot of people are afraid to ask us anything, right? So now's your chance. Now's your chance. I'm here for you, and you can ask any questions you might have. don't be afraid to ask us questions, in a polite way, of course, and don't be afraid to talk to us if you see us in real life. We won't bite. We have interests, we have hopes, we have fears, we have dreams, we have sorrows, just like anyone else. And so, yeah, don't be afraid to throw out your questions there, and I'll do my best to answer them. So far we haven't gotten any questions. Like I said, last couple of weeks I haven't gotten anything, so if I don't get anything within the next maybe week or two, including this week, I may have to stop doing this. So, if you think this is important, if you're blind or sighted, if you think this is important, please do your part. Ask questions. Share this, like it, offer suggestions.
At Gospenter 911, who is blind?
So what's the last one, right?
Watching.
Again, we've got 5 people watching. Surely one of you 5 has at least one question, right? So, yeah, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, as I said, for folks who've just joined, feel free to put those questions down there in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. I mean, it's just purely open. Just any questions you may have. It's just open right out there. Just feel free to put anything there, blindness related, that you have. So, and again, feel free to even offer suggestions about this stream. How can I get more people involved? How can I get more questions, right? I'm here for you guys. And like I said, if we don't start getting questions, here pretty soon, I may have to stop doing this. And like I said, I think this, especially in a month like this, Disability Employment Awareness Month and Meet a Blind Person Month, this is I think it's a very important thing. I don't know if people just want to come and gawk at me, and so therefore they just jump in there and don't say anything. If they do, that's pretty rude of folks. So, anyway, so yeah, if you're doing that, you really don't deserve to be on here. So I just, turn this off right now. If you're just going to sit here and gawk, my purpose is to answer questions, and to educate people. So, like I said, if there are any questions, legitimate, questions, people are really here to learn and really here to ask questions. Go and put them down there in the comment section. And like I said, my screen reader will read them, and I'll do my best to answer them. So
8 watching. Button.
we have 8 people now. One of you 8. Surely you guys have questions. Surely one of 8 people has at least one question to answer for me to answer about blindness. So once again, for new people who have joined, if you guys have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, just go ahead and put them down in the comments section. And I have a screen reader that
8 watching. Button.
that will read those questions to me.
Class joined.
Hi, folks.
9 watching.
We've got 9 people now. Again, feel free to, if you've ever had any questions about blindness or vision impairment, put them down there in the comments, and my screen reader will read them to me. I am legally blind myself, and I have been since birth. So that's 30 years of experience to draw on and for you to ask questions about. I'm also well connected to other members of the blind community, so I know people who have less vision than I do. I know people who have more vision than I do, so I even can answer questions about people who are totally blind, even though I'm not technically totally blind. I can certainly answer questions about it because, like I said, at least to the best of my ability, because, as I said, I'm well connected to the community. And I know, if you want to call it that, I know the culture. Again, if you have any questions, put them down there in the comments. I haven't gotten any questions over the past 2 weeks, so like I said, if I don't get anything this week, or possibly next week, I may have to shut this down because it's just not worth my time to sit here and beg for questions if I don't get anything. So, I was doing pretty well the last couple of months or so, but then the last couple of weeks, this kind of faded out. So, like I said, I'll probably go on for the next 2-3 weeks or so, but if I don't get any questions, I'm going to stop doing this. If you think this is important, like I said, feel free to share this and heart it and like it and ask questions, most importantly. So yeah, again, any questions about blindness or vision impairment, just put them down there in the comments section. And I'll have my screen reader read those comments.
6 watching. Button.
So we just lost 3. Yeah, I don't want this to be dead air, guys. I don't want to sound like a public radio pledge drive announcer either, begging for questions. But, we were doing pretty well. But last couple of weeks we haven't been. So, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to ask your questions because there may not be another week of this, the way it's been going. So ask your questions now. Or I might just have to sit here and it be dead air, and you wouldn't want that, would you? I know I wouldn't. So, feel free to ask any questions you may have. Put them in the comment section. I'm going to sit here and wait for a while, because, it's about all I'm reduced to right now. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Okay, we got some new people coming in. I'll say it again. I am visually impaired myself, legally blind, and I'm here to take your questions about blindness and vision impairment. My name is Misty. I've been doing this for the past couple of months or so, although the last week or so, actually a couple of weeks, 3 weeks now, I haven't gotten any questions. I was doing very, very well, for a couple of months. I got at least 2 or 3 questions each time, but I haven't gotten any the last 2 or 3 weeks, so like I said, if you want to see this continue, I need your questions. This show's nothing without your questions. So if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, put them in the comment section, and my screen reader will read them to me aloud, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you've ever had any questions about blindness or vision impairment, now's your chance to ask them directly to a blind person, right? You're not asking someone who works with blind people or someone who knows a blind person. You're asking a blind person directly, which I think that's a pretty good source, right? So, again, feel free to put any questions you may have in the comments. Don't just come here to gawk at me. That's very disrespectful and rude.
At last, do you take pictures with your level of sight?
Yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah, as you can see, I am doing Periscope as a blind person here. I do have enough vision to tell that I'm in the picture here. And so I do have some vision, and yeah, I do take pictures, and video. The lighting has to be very, very precise, though. It has to be very good, and, whatever I'm taking a picture of has to be pretty distinct for me to be able to see it through the camera, lens or whatever. And, if it's bright outside, there's no way. Usually, though, if it's bright, I can sort of estimate, where things are. So I can usually do decently, with pictures, even if I can't see the screen. It may be a little off center, excuse me, or something like that, but, yeah, I do pictures and video. Again, with my level of sight, I'm able to do that. There are blind photographers out there with more sight than I have and with less sight. And again, they use adaptive techniques, sort of like what I just described, to do pictures. Just look up blind photographers. You'll probably be able to find a lot of stuff on Google about it. That's not exactly my specialty, so I don't know the technical ins and outs of being a blind photographer, but, believe me, it's not a contradiction in terms. We are out there. So, like I said, I'm definitely an amateur at it. But yeah, I basically can get pictures under the right conditions, although those conditions are very limited. And if the conditions aren't right, I usually estimate, and I can do decently. But, it's still, it can still be a little off center and stuff. So, does that make sense? Any other questions on that subject? Or any follow-ups on what I just said? Any new questions that you have on blindness or vision impairment? Just, again, put them in the comments there, and my screen reader on my phone will read them aloud. So that's an excellent, excellent question. Again, just one question like that makes me reconsider, continuing. So, like I said, heart this, share it, like it, put it on your social media, and, let's keep the numbers going. Let's get this thing moving. I'd like to, my dream is to be featured. Probably will never happen. At least at this rate it won't, but, that would be awesome. So yeah, like I said, like it, favorite it, follow me, and you'll get these every week. I do these every week, 6:00 p.m. Usually lasts about a half an hour. Sometimes I'll end early. Last couple of weeks I've had to end a little early because of the lack of questions.
Leah White, 1988 joined.
Luca, hello.
4 watching.
We got 4 people. That's awesome. So we've already got one really good question as to whether I, as a blind person, can do pictures, and I said yeah, but the conditions have to be just right. High lighting, good contrast. But if it's not, I usually just estimate where I'm pointing the camera, and I can do decently well, but I'm certainly not perfect. A lot of times, the picture may be a little off center if I can't see what's going on my screen. But yeah, I do photography, and there are a lot of blind and visually impaired folks that can do photography with various, methods of accommodation. 1 second, guys. Let me, I'm looking for something over here. 1 second. Oh, there it is. I've got an iPod with, there you go, sorry about that, guys. An iPod with a talking clock on it, so I can keep track of time. Alrighty, what time do we have here? Okay, so 15 minutes. Excellent. So, again, guys, for new folks, any new folks who have joined, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, go ahead and put them there in the comment section. My screen reader will read them aloud. As I said, we did get one question already, which is great. It's actually making me reconsider, continuing this. So, I may actually go forward with it after all. Last couple of weeks has been really slow. Actually, haven't gotten any questions, but this week we at least had one, so that's awesome. Again, if you have ever wanted to ask a blind person about blindness or vision impairment, get information directly from the source, feel free to put those questions in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer them. As I say, I am legally blind, and I do have pretty good connections with the blind community, particularly online. And so I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. We got 4 people. Surely one of the 4 has some questions. We had, I think about, our most we had 8 so far, which is great. So yeah, feel free to put any questions down there. I'm kind of running out of weekly topics because I've been doing it for so long, or else I would be talking about something right now. I don't know, maybe that's the key, but like I said, any questions you may have, put them down there in the comments. So we definitely want to keep this going. And we want to get more people, too. As I said before, since Periscope now has added a tab where you can only follow people or watch broadcasts from people that you follow, those of us who are kind of small broadcasters are kind of at a disadvantage, because people can just go to that one tab and not see other people that are broadcasting that they don't already follow, right? So anyway, let's get the numbers up. Let's heart this and share it, and invite people to come over here, and again, follow me for these every week, and put them on your Twitter and on your Facebook and all that good stuff, so we can keep the numbers up.
3 watching button.
Oh, I just lost someone. 3 folks, it's good. Like I said, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to put them in the comments section. I don't want to feel like I'm repeating myself, but new people come in and out, so I kind of have to repeat somewhat. But I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing me ask for questions, so, feel free to put one in there, and I'll stop asking for them for a while, and I'll answer them. So, any questions about blindness or vision impairment? I'm going to go and wait for a little bit, because I don't want to continue to repeat myself. Well, like I said, I do have archived broadcasts on my YouTube channel. I'm at the same username on YouTube as I am here on Periscope, so feel free to check those other broadcasts out. We've had a lot more questions in previous broadcasts, so go and check those out on YouTube. It will be under the playlist called Questions About Blindness, the Periscope sessions. Also, if you're not really into this sort of lecture format, if this kind of talky kind of format is not your cup of tea, you can check out another sort of video podcast that I do on my YouTube channel. It's called Through My Eyes. Just look for that playlist, and I demonstrate a lot more things. So, I demonstrate how I use certain technology as a blind person. I actually show you that sort of thing. I show you white cane technique and all that good stuff. So, like I said, if this kind of lecture format isn't your cup of tea, check out that YouTube channel and check out that other little video podcast that I do. If you're into blindness, or if you're connected with blindness in any way, if you're involved in any organization or something like that, feel free to promote this there. I could use all the help and support I could get. So yeah. So what time it is?
6:19. 4 watching.
6. Okay, we got just had another person come in, it looks like. Again, my name is Misty. I am visually impaired myself, and I'm here to take any questions you may have about blindness or vision impairment. I do this every week at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and usually lasts about a half an hour. So if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, feel free to put them in the comment section here on Periscope, and my screen reader will read those comments aloud. So, feel free to put any comments or questions you've ever had about blindness down there. Now's your chance to ask an actual blind person, right? You don't often see blind people every day, especially if you're in a small town or whatever, right? Or in a country or something like that. So now's your chance to ask a blind person about blindness. I'm not shy, so ask any questions blindness related you may have. Put them down there in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. Like I said, I'm legally blind. I'm well connected to the blind community. If I miss your question, by the way, feel free to put that down there again. Again, I am visually impaired, so I may accidentally miss a question here or there. Excuse me. So if I missed you, feel free to put your questions down in the comments there. Again, it's very open. Whatever you want to ask. Any questions about blindness or vision impairment, I will do my best to answer them. If you have any follow-ups to anything I've said so far, feel free to put those down there as well. Any suggestions about how I can improve this Periscope broadcast, go and do that as well. Like I said, share this and like it and follow and all that good stuff. We need to keep the numbers up. I don't want to sound like a public radio pledge drive person begging for questions, but that's what I'm going to have to do unless I get them, right? Only if I get questions will I stop begging. So,
5 watching. Button.
it looks like we have another person in here. So, if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, ask me directly. I am visually impaired myself. And if you put your questions in the comments section here, my screen reader on my phone will read them aloud. So you don't have to worry about that. I will be able to read them. So put them in the comments section, and I'll do my best to answer them. I actually had a good question earlier about blindness in photography. How I can do pictures as a blind person, how I do video. And I said I can do it under certain conditions because I do have limited amount of vision, but those conditions have to be very specific and very good conditions in terms of lighting and all that. So if you have any questions on that subject or any other subject, feel free to answer or feel free to ask those questions. I'm very open and I'm not shy, so go and ask anything you may have. That'd be great. And I know also that I have a lot of followers, so I'm surprised more of my followers aren't jumping in here. But
4 watching. Button.
I just have 4 again, which is great. Again, that's good. I'm not sure if you guys can actually do questions on the Periscope website. I have no idea. I've never tried it. But if you can't, feel free to jump on the app, download the app, and use the app so you can ask questions. Like I said, this show is nothing without your questions. So, your questions are what keep me going. And, if I don't get any questions for several weeks or whatever, I may have to stop doing it. So, if you feel that this is important, feel free to put your questions in there. This show's nothing without your questions. Usually I have a filler topic, but again, I've been doing this for so many weeks that I'm kind of running out of those. So, I kind of have to spend time kind of begging for questions lately. So if you have any questions or about blindness, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm going to go and wait for a little bit.
3 watching. Button.
And we're down to 3. So I'm just going to wait here for a bit and see if we get more people joining, because apparently the 3 that are on here don't have any questions because they're not asking them. So I'm going to wait for more folks to join, and I'll start up my spiel again and ask for questions. So it's going to be a little boring for a while. And like I said, it's not my fault that it's boring, folks. You're not asking any questions. So
3 watching. Button.
We're going to wait here for a little bit. And it's going to be a bit of dead air. So listen to the dead air and see if the dead air inspires you to ask any questions.
3 watching. Button.
And we have about 6 minutes left. So if you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, now's your chance before I jump off of here. Like I said, feel free to follow me and to like this and to heart this. Excuse me. And if there are any questions about blindness or vision impairment, go and put them in the comment section. We just lost a person because they don't want to hear dead air, right? Like I said, if you don't want to hear dead air, don't jump off. Jump on, ask questions. So, All right. Yeah. Last couple of minutes, I'm going to probably close off of here. So I'm going to go and wait a little longer. And if you have any questions about blindness, put them in the comments, as I said. A little more dead air, guys.
2 watching. Button. Two watching. Button.
Like I said, it's either hearing this or hearing me beg for questions. And we don't have new people in, so I assume that you've already heard my little spiel and my asking for questions.
2 watching. Button.
So, we're just waiting. And I'm checking the time.
1 watching. Button.
Yep, we're losing people. Well, I guess those people probably were here to gawk anyway because they weren't really asking anything. Maybe I'm assuming too much, I don't know. But, you know, if you're here to gawk, that's not what I'm about. So, if you're here, you should be here to learn and or to ask questions. So.
2 watching. Button.
Okay, sounds like we got someone, I don't know if it's a new person, but either a new person or someone joined, so I'm going to say one more time. I'm about ready to jump off of here, but a couple of minutes left. If you have any questions about blindness or vision impairment, ask me directly. I am visually impaired myself. Go ahead and put any questions you may have in the comments section down there, and my screen reader will read those questions aloud, and I'll do my best to answer them. So, yeah, feel free to ask anything. I'm not shy about anything related to blindness or vision impairment, so feel free to put your questions down there. What time it is? Okay. Also, feel free to check out my YouTube channel. I archive these, and I've had far more interesting weeks than this one. This week I did get one question, which was a good one, but I had only one, and in past weeks I've had more than that, so, and I've really been able to go on at length about the answers to the questions, so, check out my YouTube channel. I'm at the same username as I am here. I have archived videos of this under the playlist called Questions About Blindness, the Periscope Sessions. And you can check out previous broadcasts there. Also, I do another sort of video podcast where it's less talking and more demonstration of things. So, like, I demonstrate how I use certain technologies as a blind person. Access technology or adaptive technology. So, if you want to check that out, just... Again, go to my YouTube channel. I'm at the same username as I am here. Go to that and go to the playlist called Through My Eyes, and you can check that out there.
2 watching.
So yeah, any questions about blindness or vision impairment, even when I'm talking, feel free to put those in the comment section. I'll stop whatever I'm doing to answer them. So, yeah. Like I said, now's your chance to ask a blind person questions. Not very often do you get to see a blind person in real life. And, So, my name is Misty, by the way, for new folks. And so, now's your chance to talk to a blind person directly, to ask questions. I'm opening myself up to it. You may think a lot of blind people are shy or don't want people to ask questions about it. Well, I'm not one of those people. So, I'm very open and not shy at all. So, feel free to put any questions you might have down there in the comments.
2 watching. Button.
And that would be awesome. I'm going to try to make 6:30 here. Like I said, I come here every week. Been doing it for a couple of months now. 6 o'clock p.m. usually lasts about a half an hour. Thursday nights, and that's Eastern time. And so yeah, feel free to follow me if you want to get more alerts about this each week. Like this and favorite it. And share it. We definitely need to get more people. Sorry about that, guys. I was looking at something over there. We need to get more people, and I think this is a good thing, especially during Disability Employment Awareness Month and during Meet a Blind Person Month. I think this is especially relevant. So, all right, last call, guys. Any questions about blindness or vision impairment?
2 watching.
Put them in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them. So I'm going to do a going once, going twice. All right, well, we had one question tonight, which is great. Over 30 minutes. At least it was one, and it was a good one, as I say. But we need more. We need more participation. We need more questions. We need more folks getting involved. We don't need folks just getting in here to gawk, if that's your intention. That's certainly, like I said, that's not how I roll. So, folks jump in here to listen, to learn, to ask questions. That'd be great. Mostly, I'd like people to ask questions. If you jump in here, please ask a question. Ask any question you may have. Apparently, if you jump in here, you're curious and you want to learn. So if there's something you want to learn about, just ask about it, right? So, it's all up to you guys. I go with what you ask. So, in any case, I'm going to go and jump on off of here. You folks have a lovely night, and I will be back on here next week. Hopefully we'll have more questions. Hopefully we'll have more people. So, all right, guys, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Stop broadcast.